Welcome to the Explainer. Today we're diving into a really fascinating user journey. Welcome to the Explainer. Today we're diving into a really fascinating user journey. It's a 4-week experiment with a digital audio program called Genius Brain Signal, which makes a pretty bold claim that it can clear up mental fog in just 3 minutes a day.
So this whole story kicks off with a problem that might sound, well, pretty familiar. Have you ever had that feeling where your brain just feels like it's stuck in mud? You're not exhausted exactly, but you're not shark either. That's the feeling of being mentally stuck. And that's where this review begins. The reviewer, a woman named Rachel, was looking for a way to break through this persistent mental fog. And it wasn't just a small annoyance for her. It was really starting to affect her focus, her creativity, even her ability to make simple decisions. And this quote, wow, it just nails it, doesn't it? She said she was still being productive, but she didn't feel truly sharp. It was that frustrating disconnect from her own clear, creative thinking that really pushed her to find some kind of answer. So her search led her to this thing called Genius Brain Signal. And the whole premise is built on a really cool idea. What if you could use a simple audio track to deliberately switch on a powerful brain state, one that's linked to peak learning and creativity? Well, the goal of the program is to help your brain produce more of what are called theta brainwaves. Now, if you think back to when you were a kid, that's when these brainwaves are dominant. It's a time of super fast learning and just effortless creativity. For adults, they're tied to things like deep meditation and that flow state. So the idea is that this audio can gently guide your brain back into that really receptive mode. And the time commitment to do this? Just 3 minutes. That's it. 3 minutes a day. That simplicity is a huge part of the appeal because it makes it a really, really easy habit to build. The daily process itself is, well, it's about as straightforward as it gets. You don't have to learn any complex meditation techniques or remember any special mantras. You just pop on some headphones, relax, and listen. And Rachel makes it really clear that the sound isn't anything jarring or intense. She actually describes it as calming and subtle, something she would often listen to in the evening just to wind down. So with that super simple setup, what was her actual experience over a full month? Okay, so what happens when you actually follow this simple process for a month? Rachel tracked her experience week by week, and she noticed this really clear progression as that daily habit started to take root. You can really see the compounding effect she reported right here. It all started in week 1, with her mind just feeling quieter. By week 2, she felt her creativity kicking in. Week 3 brought a big improvement in focus, and by that final week, all of these positive changes just felt, well, natural and ingrained. I find this quote fascinating because it really points to a shift from forcing good habits to just having them happen naturally. She mentioned that things like eating better and staying organized just started happening without this huge effort, almost like her mind and body were finally in sync. So, after the full 4 weeks, what was the final verdict? Let's break down the whole range of benefits that Rachel reported. What's pretty amazing here is just how broad the results were. This wasn't just about a single cognitive boost. The benefits she reported ranged all the way from clearer thinking and creativity to having a stronger sense of personal direction and just this calm confidence. And this right here is a really critical takeaway. The reviewer is very, very clear that this isn't some magic pill. The transformation she's talking about didn't happen after one listen. It came from the cumulative effect of a simple, consistent daily practice. Finally, there's a practical warning from the reviewer. Because this is a digital program, she really stresses how important it is to only use the official website. To avoid any fake versions and to make sure you're getting the authentic audio track. So when you boil it all down, this review presents the program as a simple tool for reconnecting with what she calls our inner genius mode. And it leaves us with a pretty compelling question, doesn't it? Could something as simple as a 3-minute daily audio habit really be a key to unlocking a clearer, more focused, and more creative state of mind?